check it out, check it out now. Another development in the Meek Mill case. Now, if you don't know, Meek Mill is behind bars serving 2 to 4 years because a judge found him in violation of his probation. Okay, now he allegedly, not even allegedly because it's on file, he violated his probation 5 times and they got tired of his ass and they said, yo, you're going to state prison for 2 to 4. And when you get off, you're only going to have like 2 years of probation, then you'll be done. Now, here's the thing, because Meek Mill is crying foul and everybody else is crying foul because they're definitely looking at the infractions that happened right before he got sentenced to 2 to 4 years, and they're saying popping a wheelie and also being in a goddamn airport and quote-unquote breaking up a fight should not have you been sent to jail for 2 to 4 years. Now, Meek Mill also have been contended in court that, listen, the judge is biased, man. The judge have asked me a couple of things when I went into her chambers with Nicki. Number one, she wanted me to get rid of my management team, Roc Nation. She wanted me to be managed by some guy named Charlie Mack. By the way, this is a beloved person in Philly. Also, she wanted a motherfucking shout out on a song, and she wanted me to do a cover of a Boyz II Men song called On Bended Knees. Now, with all of these things, if this is true, this is grounds for this case being tossed out and, of course, it being revisited by another and neutral judge, which would most likely land Meek Mill out of jail. However, this is where it's getting a little dicey because the transcript, because let me tell you what happened. So they're having the hearing, whatever. It gets to a point where the judge says, hey, I want to talk to Meek Mill alone. So they go into the chambers, but it's still being recorded. Okay, so everything is still on record. It's just not in open court. Now, the conversations there between Meek and the judge usually stays there unless in a situation like this where Meek is saying the judge was saying some inappropriate shit, then it could be petitioned to get opened up in full court. Now, this is why I'm going to say this is dicey, because a judge has now ruled that that conversation where the judge allegedly asked Meek to fire Roc Nation and hire Charlie Mack and sing a song on Bended Knees by Boyz II Men and do all type of other things. Now, a judge has said that conversation can be unsealed and everybody could see what was talked about. Now, this is the big win for Meek if it went down as he claimed it did. Remember, his lawyer who's talking for him now wasn't even on the case. Okay, so literally it was him, Nicki, and the judge. Now, let me tell you this, because there was a previous offer by the judge. The judge wanted to unseal these documents a long time ago, and Meek said no. So this is why I'm telling you it's a little bit tricky what's going on here. I don't know the legal games they're playing, but at one point the judge was like, yo, you're trying to say I'm biased, you're trying to say this happened behind or in the chambers, I'll release the documents. And Meek said no. Now a higher court is ruling that these documents have to be released, so we'll finally get to figure out who the fuck is lying. It's either the judge or it's Meek. Okay, keep in mind, Meek at one point didn't want it to be released. But now his lawyer is actually saying, good, it's being released. So we don't know exactly what's on these tapes or what's on this transcript. But if the transcript shows that the judge was trying to get him to fire his management, Roc Nation, sign to another guy, and then sing a song on Bended Knees and give her a shout out, this judge is the fuck out of here. Keep in mind, the FBI at one point was trying to investigate how she dealt with cases and if biases were involved. However, Meek said he a real street nigga, he wouldn't snitch. However, now, and this is where we're at, a higher court says, open all that shit up. Let's see exactly what y'all were talking about, that we could see if this chick is biased or not. Get in the comment box, make sure you guys like them, subscribe. I'll keep you guys updated with the latest developments in Meek Mill's case. It looked like it will be a long battle to freedom. Trust me, the court system do not take slander in the public sphere and people showing up, marching, and calling them a liar and calling them corrupt. They don't take that lightly. So if Meek Mill ain't right, if he's not right in this where she was definitely corrupt, believe me, they will give him no breaks in the future. Trust me. Get in the comment box, make sure you guys like them, subscribe to Akademiks.